Whoa, had it right here. Well, actually, big news. Best Buy actually...
Okay.
Sorry if you already had that, but Best Buy actually went ahead and abruptly ended their discount program.
Yeah.
So what this program was, I mean, if you paid a fee, I believe it was $30 for 2 years, and you got 20% off games. And they would even give you $10 bonus credits for pre-ordering certain games. It was a pretty awesome program. Like, because the thing is, it started in response to Amazon's video game program, which Amazon used to be, you pre-order a game 2 weeks in advance, or rather, if you pre-ordered a game in advance or bought it up to 2 weeks upon release, you got 20% off the game. That has since changed, and it became you can no longer do collector's editions, and you had to pre-order it. So even when the game comes out, can't so
I think it works for collector's editions.
Not anymore. Like, a lot of collector's editions don't work anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, like, not big collector's editions is like specifically in the program where they do not include that now.
Oh,
like
all right.
Like the Cinnamon Gore Peach Blast, that was considered a collector's edition, so you couldn't actually get the discount on that on Amazon.
Oh,
that's why I got mine on Amazon on Best Buy.
It works for Shantae.
That's not technically a collector's edition. That was like a day one edition type thing. There's a difference. There's a difference. So
okay.
Yeah.
It came with the exact same shit that the Senran Kangora.
The point is, Amazon put a bunch of weird restrictions on their program, and Best Buy had theirs, which was awesome because 20% off anything all the time. Every type of game, doesn't matter. Even Amiibos, I could go to use my Best Buy program discount right now to get 20% off certain Amiibos.
Right. I've heard some conflicting reports, so I've heard that they still have it, but you can only sign up for it in the store.
Really? I
read that.
Well, maybe because Best Buy put a statement out that they're telling the programs to stop doing it. So, I mean, maybe people are getting lucky and are still able to sign up in store at times, but...
Right. Maybe I should go see if I can sign up for the 2 years before it goes away.
We're checking out, so... But yeah, so basically how it works, if you currently have a membership, obviously they're going to honor it until it runs out. But, I don't know, it's unfortunate, and I don't understand what Best Buy plans on doing now, because I hadn't shopped at Best Buy in years.
Yeah.
Because of this program. I guess they have some pretty good discounts sometimes, but...
Does it work for the NES Classic Edition?
I don't know.
Does it work for hardware?
You know what? No, it does not.
Okay.
I don't think it works for hardware, so technically the Classic Editions don't apply to that. Yeah. So, but other than that, cool deal. Like, you'll see like a game get slashed down in price. Like Gravity Rush 2 was slashed down to $20 recently, and if you could find it at Best Buy, you would get that game for like $16.
Yeah.
Like, so that was pretty cool. So I think it's unfortunate. And with how Amazon's going with their program right now, I mean, I don't know if you know, like, they're dropping out of Sony. A lot of physical games are losing that discount,
right?
Because I guess apparently Sony's been raising the price on their physical games, so Amazon's like trying to basically respond to that by removing that discount program for it. So it's a weird time, and I think it's just a weird experimental time with game pricing and discount programs. But the problem is the damage has already been kind of done, because at this point, I don't ever want to pay full price for a game. I always want that discount now.
Yeah, if I don't pre-order something on Amazon and get that discount, I'm waiting until it's $20 or $30.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the only thing I can think of is that Best Buy just couldn't afford to keep doing it. But I don't know if they can afford to exist anymore then, because, like you said, that was the first time you went to Best Buy in years, and it's true. Like, I went to Best Buy a few months ago for a client of mine to pick up some... It was like an emergency. I had to pick up some, like, Ethernet cables or something, and it was like $30 or $45 for a fucking USB or Ethernet cable. It was like $5 on Amazon.
Yeah.
And... it's just like, fuck you, I'm not coming here anymore. You have nothing to offer me. And yeah, they charge 3-4 times as much for basic things like that. And that's how they keep making a profit, is you get your grandma to go in there and buy a USB cable, and she doesn't know that it doesn't cost $30 on Amazon, and she pays the $30. That's how they get away with it. But people are wising up, and I just don't see them. I mean, it's been years now. I don't know if you know this, but like the only day of the year that they make a profit is Black Friday. The only day of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not sustainable. And when you take away stuff like that, it's like, well, I already had very little reason to go there. Now I have none. And you're trying to compete with Amazon and you failed. So, yeah, it's a shame because the program sounds cool, but, you know, it is what it is. And there's a reason why they don't have a good track record. So they're just not, you know, they're not economically viable in today's market.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, moving on. My next topic is somewhat related to that Nintendo leak earlier. This one's been pretty widely reported on. Allegedly, there's a Star Fox racing game, futuristic racing game, in the pipeline. There's been some like leaks, reports, and also they trademarked the name and whatnot. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that Star Fox racing game? Is that something you're interested in?
Not something it's just typical Nintendo fashion. It's something nobody asked for.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's giving it to us anyway. I just find at this point, like, I mean, I don't want to comment my initial reactions, it could change my mind, but my initial reactions are, oh, cool, great. They still don't want to give people what they want when it comes to Star Fox. They just don't want to do it. They refuse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really weird decision because it's like you said, they just refuse to. It's not even about giving people what they want. Even from a business perspective, it's like giving people what they will buy, things that will sell. Yeah. It's not about like, well, I want this, so they should make it. It's not even about that. It's about, you know, they'll make statements like, for instance, I think back to what is that? A Chibi Robo.
Yeah.
Okay, when they were like, Chibi Robo doesn't do well, and we're gonna release one last game, and if it doesn't do well, then that's the fate of the franchise. And then they released the game, and it's utter garbage. It's not anything like a Chibi Robo game. It's like a really shitty 2D platformer. It sucked. The graphics were bad. It was clear that they did not put any thought or care into it, and they're like, if you don't buy it, then that's it.
Yep.
No more series. And it's a similar thing to, so obviously my first instinct when I hear this is, why are you doing this instead of making a new F-Zero game? Because this is almost like F-Zero. It's a futuristic racing game with like hover vehicles. Okay, that's F-Zero. People have been asking for years for a legitimate Star Fox game. You fucking blew the one on the Wii U. Yeah. That one was garbage, and it was stupid, and they did all this stuff that nobody wanted and made it just a mess. And people have been asking for an F-Zero game for over a decade now. And so you say, well, we're not going to make the F-Zero game that people have been asking for years. And also, we're not going to make the Star Fox game that people have been asking for years. And we're going to just kind of take Star Fox and make it sort of an F-Zero game. It's like, great.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I mean, could be good. Who knows? Initial reaction, silly. Just...
Yeah, and it's so the reason why I brought up the Chibi Robo is because Star Fox is kind of like that, where they're just like, oh, well, Star Fox doesn't do well, and it's because you're not fucking making a Star Fox game.
You didn't make what we wanted. You made a game where the controls were absolutely horrendous, and you
gimmicky.
Yeah, like you try to innovate, but you didn't innovate. You just made it a mess, and
And then they say, well, it doesn't do well.
Yeah, people don't like it, and it's just like, no, people clearly still want these games. You just don't want to do it.
I wonder how it sold on the Wii U.
I'm sure
like
not
relative to other games on the Wii U.
It had to have sold really poorly because the price, there were like discounts and
that's right. They were like trying to like give it away, basically.
Yeah, and the thing is, that doesn't happen for most Nintendo first-party games. Like most like Wii U games, I'm talking like during months later after Star Fox came out, you could already start to see price drops on it, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
because Nintendo's like really stubborn about the value on their games. They don't put. It's a
After
long
like 5
time.
years, they'll put them on that Nintendo Selects line.
Yeah, the Nintendo Selects line, but that is a long time coming. It's not like God of War where we're going to see that game a year from now for $20 in the bargain bin. Nintendo refuses, which that's whatever. You put high value on your games, but that one they were just like, shit, we need to move this game somehow because it's not flying off shelves at all, and we need to squeeze every penny off of that Wii U as we can. When that came out, that was just such a clear sign that they had just completely given up on the Wii. We're not even like putting effort into the Wii U anymore.
Right. Yeah. I'm interested to see if this comes to fruition at E3 or whatever, because if it does, we were talking about this earlier, how Nintendo, whenever they get like a few good years going, they become like the most arrogant company in existence.
Yep.
And that is... If this actually is a real thing and they announce it, that to me is like their arrogance on full display, where it's just like, oh, you want a new F-Zero game or you want a new Star Fox game? Well, I'll tell you what, this is what you really want. And it's just like, no, we don't, and we're not going to buy it.
No, remember how you guys talked about how you guys redid Mario and how you were finally giving fans what they want? Just keep doing that. What's going on? Just do that. Have your little experiments on the side. That's fine.
Sure.
But come on.
Release a $20 Star Fox eShop racing game with 5 maps or
whatever. Don't make it a big deal.
Yeah.
But
just don't don't ignore F-Zero and Star Fox and whatnot, and it's a big fuck you if it's real. So
it's kind of like when they released. So everyone kept wondering if we're gonna get an Animal Crossing for Wii U.
Oh god!
And we get Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and the thing is, whatever, fine. You want to do like a cool new take on the series and try something else new? Okay, then actually do it. And with that one, they didn't even do anything.
Well, that's one of the biggest pieces of shit in Nintendo's history.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think they've ever released a first-party game that's worse than that one.
Yeah, where this game is literally like $5
they
brand new now.
They clearly did not pay. They didn't care about it at all. They put no effort into it. It's less involved than Monopoly.
Well, it was just a place to sell the Amiibos.
Yep.
Which is gross.
They got fucked on that too, because everywhere you go, you just see mountains of Animal Crossing Amiibos that are like $3, and they can't sell them.
I have a bunch of Animal Crossing Amiibos that I don't even know if I want to keep them or not.
Yeah,
because they're like $1, $3 each.
Yeah. So